And as soon as it's live, I'll close the tab. All right, Ryan, we are live on YouTube again.
Good
I
afternoon.
had to drag you in here because my mind is blown with the amount of work that I was able to execute on for content creation
Right,
using the knowledge base you created for our brand and Manus.
right.
So I thought it would be fun to share my screen and show everyone very quickly what we accomplished and how, because this used to take me weeks of work when
Right.
I was at corporate running brand for a company. So the goal that you and I set is we are going to create workshops. These workshops are meant to drive interest in the key topics that we're talking about. In this case, it's know your numbers,
Mm,
because I am really just very intentional in my mission to help small business owners understand their numbers, understand how to tell their story with their numbers, but putting everything that's in my brain and the 15 years of knowledge that I have into a workshop could take a lot of time. Now, we have customers that have run through this system, so I know what works, but I wanted to now update all of the presentations that I had to make this happen, and I was dreading it. I was dreading how much time it was going to take to make that happen. You have been spending a lot of time creating our knowledge base. Why don't you just spit out what a quick knowledge base is for our brand so that we've got that down?
yeah, absolutely. So our knowledge base, in essence, consisted initially, right, of 450 separate lines of points of data, which I distilled down into 11 individual parent directories, which included code base, typography, colors, brand voice, brand strategy. It went on and on and on.
Do's and don'ts, which is huge, the
Yeah,
do's and don'ts.
do's and don'ts, constraints, guardrails, and that document has evolved in the last probably 6 months or so, I would say, into a three-part document, which is Ryan, Marcella, and Ready Plan Grow. And the amalgamation of that is the data that we are using to create what you are going to see right now, which is going to make content production at scale usable. 80% usable is what Marcella and I like to call it, because we are the humans in the loop, as you are the human in the loop with your business. But once you build this brain, the 80% of your work, as Marcella has just explained in the introduction, this would take a long time.
Weeks, 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 weeks.
Weeks. So we've,
Now, if you're anal, let me just say this. If you're anal or in your corporate job, if you have an anal boss who's like, oh, this one word is hanging on, look, it's going to then add from 2 hours to 6 hours. You just really have to accept that perfection is not the game here, because we're learning and optimizing as we see what works. So, no further ado, we took the framework, we took all of the work that we did with our customers, the feedback they gave us, the notes that we took, and most of that happened inside of ChatGPT. So we had our client notes in ChatGPT. We have different projects for each of our customers that we run through. What I then did, because you taught me this, was asked it to give me the JSON, which is in essence the knowledge base, the information it garnered from that, so that I can have a summary of the overall framework to now create my presentation.
right.
I made sure that I asked it not to include any of our customer data, personal information, etc. It gave me that, and I said to make sure that it was preparing it in such a way to make it simple, not only so that I could prepare the presentation, but, and this is a whole other little live I want to do, I wanted to prepare it for Notebook LM. Notebook LM. Am I saying it right, Ryan?
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Okay, great. So fast forward, I popped it into the Manus knowledge base that you gave us. We call ours Scarlett Johansson because, we
She's
crush on
powerful.
her.
We like
So
her.
She's just too cool. So we've called it Scarlett. So we've pumped that in here. We gave it the document that came from ChatGPT, where we had originated all of the knowledge or the knowledge base for this project. And it started to pull together the presentation. Like you do with AI, I, of course, went ahead and perfected it. I'm not going to say perfected it, I improved it. Because the knowledge base has our brand knowledge in it already, you've created that for us, it popped out the presentation. And I repeat, I was done within 2 hours. So
That's
the
amazing.
presentation was clean, modern, usable.
Can I just
It,
interject 1 second, Marcel? A quick
yeah,
question. Is this what we're looking at right now and we're showing everybody, is this edited from what it delivered, or is this the exact delivery, or is this your finished?
this is not finished
Hmm.
because we held our first workshop yesterday. I
Right,
recorded the workshop. I was asking for feedback from our participants, and Zoom recorded and gave us the transcript of the questions they asked, where there was lack of clarity or confusion in some of these things, or
right.
where they wanted me to go deeper in
Hmm.
some cases. And so those notes have not been brought in here yet from
Gotcha,
yesterday. So I
gotcha.
will do that before the next workshop. The next workshop is 2 weeks from yesterday.
Perfect.
But really quick, what I really want to show everyone is, one, the design on this is absolutely clean, easy to read. And not only is it well designed, but the language is simple.
Hmm.
It's following the brand rules that we've set, even to the kitschy retro
Yep. Yep.
preference that we have, because you and I are in our 50s and we like kitschy 80s and 90s stuff. So it went through and ensured that the flow was logical,
Hmm.
clean. And in some cases, I asked it to break some of our rules because our brand calls for no jargon. But because I needed to teach the jargon, it's in here
Aha.
as the jargon you can't avoid. So it even thought about the fact that I broke a rule and it called it out.
I like that.
So
That's good.
this is something that would have normally taken hours and weeks within those hours of back and forth. But because I had the knowledge base you created, the brand guidance side of that knowledge base, and the additional knowledge from the feedback that our customers have given us, we were able to create this very valuable workshop very quickly. Now, my intent is now to go ahead and update this and have us publish an updated glossary
Hmm.
to Ready Plan Grow with the new terms that came up as, I want more information, I want more depth and more knowledge, so that we can keep that glossary refreshed. And as you have taught me, that glossary is going to get pushed to the site with one button.
Right. Absolutely.
So, like, this page needs to be perfected, but I went ahead and published because it's more important to go ahead and test rather
Yep.
than wait for perfection when you're just early days of a business.
Absolutely.
This is what I wanted to share with everybody. It's incredible. I cannot say enough about how quickly I was able to execute on this. And I look forward to publishing this officially on YouTube as shorts, so that everybody can see what the content is about and what we are trying to accomplish here at Ready Plan Grow for small business owners.
That's really exciting, Marcel. I'm happy to see that our brand knowledge is working, and the immense amount of effort that has gone into that to be able to deliver this speed and this time saving. I mean, you just earned a vacation time, right? Basically,
And
couple of
that's what
weeks.
it's about, right? It's really
Yeah.
about buying back time so that I can go help with homework, which is my next task here. Um,
Beautiful.
Anyway, remind everyone that this is why we're here. If you have questions about how to do this, readyplangrow.com, free membership. Jump into our office hours every week, ask us questions. How are we making this happen? Come learn to do it yourself. And if you want access to our knowledge base, particularly know your numbers, since I'm working so hard on it, you can join us. So we'll see you soon, and we'll be back to teach you more tricks on how we're building and running this business soon. Thanks for joining me, Ryan.
Hey, that's brilliant, Marcella. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for showing me what we've managed to bring to people. And
Blew my mind. You blew my mind. It's insane. Thank you so
next
much.
next show and tell will be mine.